You've seen the videos. 4 Americans abducted in broad daylight in Matamoros, Mexico. 2 of them are dead, 2 others recovering back in the U.S. But what led them there, according to a local doctor?
Because it's cheap.
Dr. Ben Brown has been in plastic surgery in Gulf Breeze for nearly a decade. He says the odds of traveling to Mexico for successful cosmetic surgery aren't in anyone's favor and not worth gambling your life on it.
There's a record of every single thing I do, every procedure, every drug given. Everything is recorded and audited and tracked for good reason to make sure everyone's safe. You go to Mexico, it's cheap because they don't probably have all those rules and regulations. And if they do, they're probably not enforced very well. And so then they can cut a lot of corners and save costs, but it's at the expense of safety. It's all about money.
Online, countless options for inexpensive surgeries are just over the border. So we called a few. We reached an official named Robert at the Pompeii Surgical Center in Tijuana. The facility is just miles from the U.S. border.
The most common is the gastric sleeve. This one has the cost of $5,800. Revision surgeries, they have the cost of $6,800. Also, the gastric bypass and mini bypass, they all have the same cost.
According to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, nearly 15 million cosmetic procedures were conducted worldwide in 2020. And as we learned from the Pompeii Surgical Center, the trend to travel south of the border is far from uncommon.
Is there any way, Robert, you could talk to me about your patients in terms of, would you say most of them are native to Mexico? Are there a lot of American patients?
Well, to be honest, basically I can say 90% of our patients are American patients. The other 10%, it could be Canadian patients. We have patients from Canada as well.
When you consider the travel costs to go to Mexico and more importantly the risks you take from a safety standpoint to have surgery done in Mexico, it's probably not worth it, but it's probably also not that much more expensive to have it done locally.
Have you ever performed reconstructive surgery on someone that made a mistake?
Every week. This morning I was performing revision procedures on someone who traveled to Miami to have surgery because it was cheaper. And in the end, she probably spent a lot more money to have not quite as great of a result.
Every surgery has a risk. That's something that is true. But what you like to do is to look into the doctor's experience and complication rate. That's one of the things that I will suggest to or recommend to our patients if they're looking to have surgery in Mexico.